Why, hello there, everyone. Today is December 6th, 2025, which means it is GameStop's Trade Anything Day.
Wait a minute, did you say anything?
Yes, you heard me right. Trade Anything Day. Although, on their website, they did list a few exceptions regarding things that you can't trade in. Some of those being live ammunition, drugs, no live animals nor dead animals, although an exception to that exception is that you can bring in taxidermied animals. At least they say that's okay. On their graphic advertising the whole thing, they even included a taxidermied animal on there, a taxidermied squirrel. So we'll see if they really mean it. And I expect this to be their last Trade Anything Day. It's their first Trade Anything Day, and I expect it to be the first and the last Trade Anything Day, just because the whole thing seems like a logistical nightmare, and I'm actually skeptical that my GameStop here is even participating. I was going to call them when I woke up today to ask them if they would be participating, but an automated answering thing came up before I could get directed to an actual person, and that automated message was actually advertising the Trade Anything Day. So I decided that if they're advertising it that blatantly when you call their number, I am just going to wait and find out when I actually talk to the people, because then it leaves some suspense for this type of vlog video, right? I really don't go to GameStop very often ever since they stopped dealing vintage games. The last time I was at a GameStop was actually for the release of the Xenoblade Chronicles X remaster for the Switch. That was actually the only time I've been to a GameStop here in this town in which I currently live. And before that, the last time I went to a GameStop was actually that, my last vlog video, coincidentally. It was that time I did the curbside pickup for Doom Eternal during the COVID-19 pandemic. Although I think I delisted that video since then, but you can consider this video a spiritual successor to that vlog in a sort of way. But you might be asking, what am I going to be trading today? Well, I don't think I have anything as funny as a taxidermied animal or a cursed totem or anything like that. Especially because I don't really keep stuff that I don't want. I pretty much only get things that I know I want and things that I will keep using. Although, I did remember that last December, one of my family members got me this set of ornaments with, unbeknownst to them, they didn't mean it, with AI-generated art of gingerbread houses, if you even want to call them that. And that is the only thing I have in my apartment, the only things in my apartment that I would even really want to get rid of. And I wasn't even planning on doing anything with them, I just had them in a drawer. So I can show them to you guys right now. I actually have one of each of the set that I can show you, if you can even make it out with this darkness. I would have come here earlier today for better lighting, but on the plus side of coming so late, it's not even that late, it's just that it's been getting really dark here. It's 5:34 p.m. right now. They close at 7 p.m., so a plus side of coming this late, despite the darkness, is that there's a higher likelihood that other people have already come in to trade random junk. And so I'm planning on asking them about that, so there's a higher chance that they'll have better stories to tell now that it's later in the day. But I can show you guys the designs. So first up, we have this gingerbread house. I don't know if you can make out the details very well in the dark, but just trust me, it's not good. And needless to say, if you know me, you would know that I am not a fan of AI-generated art at all, and that's putting it lightly. So if you can't make out the details very well here, just trust me in that it is very obviously AI-generated art if you try to pay attention to anything and try to make sense of any aspect of this design at all. And we have another house. Well, it does look like a house, but it also has wheels, and I think the algorithm must have been instructed or was attempting to make something akin to a train car, because we have a few other train cars in this set. So this is one of them with the wheels. Although the coupling makes no sense, but why would you expect it to, right? So here's another one of those train car pieces, although this is from a slightly different perspective, so you can't really line them up and treat them as one big train. And maybe for this one, it was sampling images of a train with a conductor waving in front of the train. That's what this pose is making me think of. I actually took pictures of all of these things before coming here, just in case they wouldn't be very well visible, so I can put those up on screen as well. Oh, here's another regular house, not a train. And the last two, we have a candy cane, which at a glance might not be as obviously AI generated in design, but why does it have a wrapped hard candy on the bow, right? And if you look super closely, you'll see some weird abnormalities on the striped design. So yeah. And very lastly, I don't even know what this is supposed to be. I guess it's supposed to be maybe a bunch of grapes hanging like this, right? But if you hold it like this, if you hold it like a sword with this handle, maybe it's supposed to look like a tree, but really it just looks like dog dookie, TBH. Anyway, that's the set. Before I go in and record the whole exchange, I'm going to actually go in without recording so I can ask them if it's okay to film the whole thing. I'm going to go in, ask them if they're doing Trade Anything Day, so that way I have an actual pretext for asking to film. And then if they say yes, I'm going to ask if I can film. Then I'm going to come back out here, get the stuff, then go in, filming from the start. Because on the website, it did say to ask for permission to film, which makes me wonder if they're actually expecting a lot of people to do this, so hopefully the employees are okay with it. So, let's ask. Okay, I went in and I checked, and yes, they are indeed doing the Trade Anything Day today. And I asked if I could film, and the employee seemed a little apprehensive about me filming, but he said it's okay so long as I don't make fun of him. And also, he didn't want me filming other people in there, so he wanted me to wait until all of the other customers left. So I waited in there for a while. All of the customers are gone now, so I told him I would come back in and film, and if anybody walks in while I'm filming, I'll just keep the camera pointed away from the other customers. And while I was waiting, I did get to see some other trade-in attempts. Oh, by the way, I just now remembered that I can use the light on the flip-down mirror, because I forgot that's a thing. But anyway, one person tried to trade his cigarettes, but they wouldn't accept that because that counts as a drug, I guess. And then, more successfully, I saw a couple ask about the Trade Anything Day, and they didn't have anything on them immediately because they weren't planning on the Trade Anything Day. But they went and searched their car, and they came back with a ball and a frisbee, and they traded the ball, and the frisbee was backup. But anyway, my point is that other people are doing it, and I have seen with my own eyes people participating in this absurd event. But without further ado, let me go take part in it myself now. I'm back. I got these Christmas ornaments with AI-generated art that I'm trying to get rid of.
Okay.
So I don't know if you just want one or if you want to take the whole set, because I'm trying to get rid of all of them. But the box says string included, so I was going to take the string out, but because the box says string included, I decided to put it back in there. Because do you have any idea what GameStop's going to be doing with all this junk that they're getting today?
What can be will be donated. That's why we were kind of hoping for, like, but most of it will be thrown away if it's trash or stuff we can't donate.
Okay.
This might be donated.
Yeah, you can keep the string in there then if it could get donated, because I'd feel kind of bad if somebody got it and then they saw it said string included and then they found out it didn't have the string.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, you have a phone number with us?
Try 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8.
Alright, $5 off.
Okay, cool. I can use that
Anywhere?
whenever?
No, now. You have
Now?
to use it now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so we do that.
Also, I forgot to ask, how many people would you say roughly have done the Trade Anything Day today?
For my shift, a good amount. I'd say total 15.
Okay, that's pretty good. Of those, what would you say is the craziest thing people tried to trade in today?
People have been behaving. It's mostly just like like crappy Pokemon cards they don't want. Stuff like that. Some guy did fishing lines, some guy did goggles.
Okay.
But I mean, really nothing crazy.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would call that a success, and you might be wondering what I used my whole $5 credit on. Well, like I said, I don't really go to GameStop very often anymore ever since they stopped dealing in vintage games, so there really wasn't anything in particular there that I necessarily wanted to buy, but I still wanted to buy something because I had to take advantage of that $5 credit, right? Because I asked, and he did say that I had to use it then and there, and even if I were able to save it, I think I would want to buy something today anyway, just to commemorate the whole Trade Anything Day thing. And so I got the the Luke amiibo, which would normally be a whole $40, but because I got to save $5, it ended up being $37 after calculating tax. So what a steal, am I right? $37 Luke amiibo. Anyway, I'm glad I got to help document today the historical Trade Anything Day, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching. And if any of you out there also participated in Trade Anything Day, let me know what you traded or at least attempted to trade. So let me know in the comments, and I hope all of you have a good rest of your day wherever you are. And with all of that said, I will see you guys later. So bye for now.